A very warm welcome and greetings to our chief guest and the trainer of the day, Rotarian Fredricks John, who is a doctorate holder in management studies. And in a nutshell, in his summary, Sir has mentioned from not having the money to ride a bus to school to driving a Benz to work. That is his one-line statement. I just repeat that again. It's an inspiration when I was reading it. From not having the money to ride a bus to school to driving a Benz to work. That's his summary. A visionary leader who loves to be in the company of people who love success, a role model by nature, friend to many, avid traveler, biker, adventure lover, crazy about Harley Davidson, Ferrari, and Manchester United. Gives back to the society through activities involving his team and Rotary International. Proud academic director and senior executive leadership program alumni of the renowned Harvard Business School, Boston. And he brings 20 years of experience in people management, strategic operation management, quality assurance, business process re-engineering, customer delight, risk management, and revenue management. A proficient in managing large multicultural teams and multiple processes, locations for running successful operations and experience of developing procedures, service standards for business excellence. Planning and implementing is his core area, effective control measures to reduce cost and operations as well. Excellent communication, possessing excellent communication, interpersonal relationship management, and problem solving skills, as he is the background with English literature degree and masters in people management as well as MBA, Master of Business Administration from renowned institutions. Also is a result driven end-to-end multi-level, multi-location contact center operations and skill improving process managing tasks, quality control, team management, directives, all those is some other areas of expertise. And he has also awarded and honored with awards like Role Model and the Exemplary Leader of the Year 2018, presented by ET Now, Visionary Leader of the Year 2019, Sustainability Champion of the Year 2019. That's where the solar system that the whole nation has looked at our chief guest and their contribution to the community. Business Leadership Award for Excellence and Leadership in Outsourcing. Dream Companies to Work for the Business Process Outsourcing Sector 2019, presented by ET Now. And also he has got certifications in Black Belt, Functional Black Belt, Information Mapping, World-Class Customer Service, Online Proficiency Assessment and Test for Independent Directors Data Bank, Lean Six Sigma, Green Belt, Professional Certifications, and so on. Our chief guest is also having experience and now currently associated with Personiv, which is in the title Park, Coimbatore. He is the vice president, executive vice president and site head for about more than 10 years with that institution. Started from manager till now working as vice president and executive vice president. Prior to that, Sion Softwares, he was working as manager operations about like 4.5 years. Prior to that, Wipro, business process outsourcing for about 4.5 years. And prior to all, Eli Lilly and Company, territory manager, worked about 3 years. So with that, and also he was having some hospitality experience working with Fortune, Jenny residency for about 3.5 years. Having education with a bachelor's in English literature, master in business administration, and as well master in personnel and industry relations, personnel management and industry relations, and all those with that, and renowned Commonwealth University's doctorate award in management and general management and business administration. And the renowned Harvard Business School alumni has completed senior executive leadership program in business administration and management in general. So that was in 2019. With that, and he has also that awarded, the recent one was 2019, the champion of the year, sustainability champion of the year, which I was just stressing in the morning in the earlier session. So, which is what for the solar contribution, so social responsibility contribution, that's the reason we have initiated this topic. When we were talking about this today, the recent classes in the past, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks about CSR, corporate social responsibilities, we were talking about social obligation, which is that economical and legal commitment to the stakeholders, first thing. The second thing is about social responsiveness, where and when emerges something where you respond to the community and serve the society, which is what we discuss about social responsiveness. And almost all the above, looking after the social responsibility, which is the continual effort for people, for the business, for the community to sustain and run what is given to the community. That is what all about sustainability, sustainability in corporate social sustainability championship. That is where our chief guest got that award in 2019, Sustainable Champion of the year 2019. So with that introductory note and a lot more we can share about Dr. Fred, and we call him Dr. Fred and Fredricks John. His full name is all about, and he's associated with us for last 4 5 years. We are working for here and there some projects, but not in close door, but we have some connections. And with us, after I think long time, I lost touch, and I just put a note in social media, and with wholeheartedly, and expanded and given his whole arms and said, yes, I'm ready to do for students. That is that initiative, that contributions, and that whole the good soul, we could say. More than all, he wanted to support that youth, that young community, that contribution he wants to do, having this experience, that academic background, and also the director award. And that I'm not sure about MIOD, right? Institute of Directors, the best director award he has obtained, which I'm not able to get some details. Maybe our chief guest could brief little on that. I'm not sure. Please, my apologies, sir, for that, for not stressing that part here. And and I met our chief guest like 5 years back in his office, in Personive office, Title Park. It was a great occasion. Very simple personality, but when we was driving to our campus, and students were admiring about the style. I know that is about leadership is all about, right? That's where he has got it from that Harvard Business School, the world-renowned business school. He was there, right? We all just dream, and we can only think about it, and he was there, over there, and spend over time in Boston, Connecticut. When I was there in Connecticut, I was just thinking to visit, but I was unable to do. But anyway, now a person, he's here with us with all this exposure, experience, and qualification. And without any further delay, on behalf of the chairman, Sugumaran sir, and our trustee and our management dignitaries and faculty team and fellow students of Adithya School of Business Management, we invite and welcome you, sir, for this occasion. And thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And it's over to you, sir, now.
Thank you, Dr. Sundar. You were magnanimous in introducing me, and thank you for the kind words. I don't know if I am worthy of all the praise that you bestowed upon me, but I'll try and make up for it. I still don't know the exact background of all that you have gone through in the past classes, and I'm not sure about what you have learned on CSR. So I'll just rush through a few slides that I have that's on CSR per se, and then concentrate more on the governance part. Yes, all the bio that doctor talked about is true. MIOD is just a membership, sir. I am a member of the Institute of Directors of India, and this is a global organization where independent directors get certified to be part of any corporate board. The reason why certification is important is because of all the issues that we've been having with boards in the recent past, very recently with Tata and Sons, where we had the issue between Ratan Tata and Cyrus. Um, and that is one. Second is how Jet Airways, which was doing so great, could go down, and go out of business. Similarly, Kingfisher. So these are some of the corporate issues of mismanagement that came to the fore and forced directors to be certified so that they can have a say in the board. Usually what happens is in India, most of the boards are run by families. You take any big board, for example, Tatas, it's just like the father, son, grandson, they're all part of the board. And very near, if you take, there are several companies in Coimbatore, family run businesses, where the managing director is the father, the executive director is the son, and the other directors are the wife and mother who don't know anything about what's going on in the business. And whatever decision is taken on the board is just for the sake of paperwork and submitting to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And suddenly, when you bring public in, when public becomes the stakeholder, they are left in the lurch when family run businesses um, are. Sorry, that's a notification. Okay. When family run businesses take their own decisions without involving the majority stakeholder, which is the public, and institute of directors was formed to certify such directors. And we will see when we go through the slides that the board has an important role to play in every aspect of governance, be it in the running of the company and all other operational affairs, but more importantly so with respect to corporate social responsibility. Um, okay, we'll come back to that in a bit. Just a little bit more about me. I'm from Persano. We are a 35-year-old BPO organization. We started off in Manila, doing data entry, legal transcription, medical transcription, and stuff like that. And then in 2008, we started doing graphic designing out of Coimbatore. And I've been involved with Persona for the past 10 years. In fact, in October 2020, I completed my 10 years with Persona. Um, I have about 25 years of experience as of now. But imagine 10 years back, I only had 15. And even then, I was not happy with the way the Coimbatore site was run. There were several things that were not in order, and I had to make right a few things. Then, because I was successful in doing that here, the CEO and the chairman of the board asked me personally to go over to Manila and manage that site for about 1.5 years. Again, a lot of things that were not right there, and I had to set it right and come back. So in a way, social responsibility is in my DNA, is what I can say, because social responsibility starts from our own office. Um, Being transparent, being correct, being honest. Um, these are all characteristics of a socially responsible organization, because for any organization, the employee is the number one customer. Without the employee, there is no organization. And the well being of the organization is of utmost importance. If that happens, if the employee is taken good care of, then the company survives, and then responsibility is evidenced there. Now, in 2010, when I joined Persona, we used to be called a different name, ASEC at that time. I initiated a project where I asked the 175 employees that were in the company at that time to donate 20 rupees a month out of their own willing. If somebody did not want to do it, that's fine. But then I asked them if they could donate 20 rupees a person. And with that money, we started off the Being Human initiative at Personiv. Today, that 20 rupees has grown. And this year, we're doing a project worth 12 lakhs of rupees by way of two solar power plants. Apart from that, we've done a lot of things. Our employees have contributed to building shelters for tribal people, providing solar powered lamps for those shelters. We are continuing education on a weekly basis through the Rotaract Club for 20 weeks now. And at Persona, since it's in the DNA of each and every employee to give back to society, we call it ESR instead of CSR. It involves the engagement of every employee of Persona, not only in Coimbatore, but in our head office in Austin, our co-locations in Gurugram, uh, near New Delhi, and then in Manila in the Philippines. So we are about 3,000 employees worldwide. All of us are part and parcel of this Being Human initiative. Um, as far as I'm concerned, I joined Rotary about 3 years back because I wanted to ensure that what I'm giving goes to the right persons. And Rotary is the biggest platform that one can get to do good to the society. I'm a major donor, meaning I have contributed monetary benefits to the polio fund. And every year you might have noticed that we would have the national immunization drive on the 17th of or 16th or 17th of January, followed by a second dose in February. This year it has been postponed to the 31st of January because we started the vaccination for COVID-19 on Jan 16. Um, Pasanav is a small organization, and Coimbatore office is a standalone location. If you look at Pasanav as a whole, yes, we are profitable. We do a lot of turnover and all that. But as an organization, Coimbatore is a standalone company, and we do not fall under the bracket of CSR for a long time. But we still go ahead and give back to the society 2% of our profits every year. And that's something I wanted to share with you. Um, I'm currently the president of the Rotary Club of Coimbatore Green City, and been doing a lot of projects through the Rotary Club as well. And in order to get some branding and get more involvement from the youth in our company, we have started the Rotaract Club of Korsanev in 2019, and they are thriving well. In fact, during the first year of their existence, they won a platinum citation for the kind of projects they have done. As the head of the organization here in Coimbatore, it's my pleasure to have the Rotractors as part of my organization because I don't have to push them to do what they have to. They come up with projects, and as I mentioned before, these are the people that are doing the week on week teaching for tribal students. The picture that you see there is of tribal students who don't have access to education, especially during the COVID period. You know, since June, no teacher would be there. In fact, there's no school or palwadi, as you call it, anywhere near the tribal village. So our Rotractors keep going there. They teach them the numbers, the alphabet. So and the children respond as well. So it's become a very good project, sustainable project because we've done it without any break, even during Diwali, even during New Year, even during Pongal, and all these festivals came during the weekend. But we still made it a point that every Saturday we went there, engage the children, and we are giving back to the society and thanking them for uh, you know uh, thanking thanking in the sense is paying forward. Actually, see, I came up From a very low middle class family. My mom was a teacher. My dad wasn't supporting us at that time. Um, During my school days, when I was supposed to join school in 1980, my mom would earn about 300 rupees a month as a teacher, government pay that was. Um, but there were several people who helped me come up in life, finish my studies and all of that. In the principal of the elementary school that I studied in waived off my fees, and higher secondary school that I studied in, gave me a lot of opportunity to do what I wanted to do. I am a strong believer of um, the real learning happens outside the four walls of the classroom. Yes, of course, you need all the classroom lectures, notes, and concentration to what the teachers are saying. But then your implementation is always outside the four walls of the classroom. And I'm a strong believer of that. So my higher secondary school teachers recognized that in me, and they encouraged me to do things at that time nobody would have dared to do. So there are several people like this that helped me come up in life. In fact, there was a teacher in my 10th standard who paid for my computer science education. That time it was costing about 3,500 in 1991, 92. The only thing you can learn in computers is basic and Lotus 123, I guess. But I did that. Today, you see, my company buys about 1,500 computers, and I employ people in the ITES sector. Um, but when you think of it, uh, will that principal who helped me in the fifth standard care if I paid her back all the fees that she sponsored? No, it would not mean anything to her. The teacher that sponsored my computer science education, will he want that 3,500 rupees back? No, that's not why he gave me that money. That's not why he sponsored my education. What I have to do is pay it forward. The knowledge that I have gained through these experiences, I have to share with others. And that is one reason why we have the ESR, um, the Being Human initiative at Personiv, why we have Rotary Club of Personiv, and why we do so many projects reaching out to the communities. So that's about a short introduction. And as Dr. Sundar said, yes, I was awarded the Sustainability Award in 2019. Rotary, which is a huge organization, internationally renowned organization, certified with several stars for being governance specific in a lot of areas. In fact, in every area that they venture into. Worldwide, we're renowned for our polio project. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are also part of this project. For every rupee that we donate to the polio fund, they match it by double. So 1 rupee becomes 3 rupees. And Rotary recognized the CSR activities that I do through Personiv and awarded me an Excellence Award. There you see in the middle, the fair person is Gary Huang. He's the trustee chair for the Rotary Fund that manages polio and all other worldwide programs. I was fortunate and privileged to receive the award from him. He's a Taiwanese and sits in the US. The next picture is His Excellency Maitripala Sirisena, the former president of Sri Lanka. He awarded me for, once again, my CSR activities. I went to Colombo last year to collect that award. Um, just to note, I have received awards from two presidents. One is our own Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and of course, that was for academics, and this is the president of Sri Lanka, former president of Sri Lanka for CSR. Next few slides are about all the solar power projects that we've done, in fact, not all of them. I'm just giving you a glimpse because I wanted to chronologically show you what we've done. We have been focusing on old age homes, orphanages, where children are being taken care of. And when we provide a solar power plant, it's just not like, give them breakfast or lunch and then you walk away from there. You invest in 25 years of giving back to that orphanage or old age home. What it does is it provides power from a renewable source, that is the sun, and reduces the electricity board consumption by about 60 to 70% for these homes. So supposing somebody is paying 10,000 as their electricity bill every 2 months, since we have installed the solar power plant, they have to pay just 2,000 rupees. So the rest of the money, which is about 8,000, goes to buying much needed medicine or other groceries that are required to run the facility. So 2015 is when we started doing this, and our first installation was in February 5. In fact, we inaugurated it on February 5, 2016. Every year we have our annual day during the first or second week of February. So when our CEO comes in, we would take him there and inaugurate the power plant. So there you see our CEO with the people who set it up, and then below some of the beneficiaries. We normally avoid taking pictures with the beneficiaries, but some homes allow us to do, so we do that. So this is in 2016. 2017 is Kotalango School, which takes care of physically challenged, mentally challenged people. We can call them differently abled people. And we also provided some equipment that helps in medically, uh, you know, changing their situation that they are in right now. 2017. 2018 is St. Thomas Home. You might have known about the Albania School. Those sisters run this home, and there are several women that are part of this home that have been left alone. Imagine, this is the worst thing you can do to your parents' children. When they have gone through so much in bringing you up, you have to care for them when they are old. See, for me, I want to live by example, and that role model award is not just for namesake. I want to be a role model all the time. Both my parents and my wife's parents are living with me right now, and that is how we need to take care of our parents. And it's very saddening to see women, old women, just left to fend for themselves, and they are picked up from the streets and cared for by these sisters. So we are helping those sisters for the next 20-25 years by providing the solar panel. 2019 is at Little Sisters of the Poor. I have a connection with this institution. This is in Kunur, and they take care of aged people. And since I am from Kunur, I have a connection with them as well. Now, we not only do it in Coimbatore. When I got permission to start this project in 2015, my CEO was so impressed that immediately he said yes. And looking at the response from people that are benefited out of these solar panels, he also gave permission to my other locations to start solar power plants. And that way, I was in Manila in 2019, uh, sorry, maybe earlier than that, to inaugurate a solar power plant along with the site head of Manila and our customers and our head office people. And we've done it in Manila and Gurugram as well. So in total, along with the one that I inaugurated yesterday at the school where I studied, so this is St. Anthony's Higher Secondary School in Kuno. where I studied from 6th to 12th. The teachers there, there were only four of them that taught me that were still with the school, but they were so happy. Although they had retired, they had come in to meet me. All of the teachers had come to meet me along with the 10th and 12th standard students. So it was very heartening to see them all, and very satisfying to give back to the school that gave me so much and shaped my future. So that's one thing that's very satisfying when you generally do such projects, and when you're able to do it to somebody who helped you and help them continue the process of helping other students for years to come. It's really satisfying. Now, we also do unique projects. Like I have scaled the three peaks in the Himalayas, along with the team of managers from across the globe. We're about 40, 45 managers and heads that gather together and go to do a trek during August or September every year. So we've done three treks in the Himalayas. 2019, my CEO and his reports, nine of us, we scaled Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's the highest I have scaled so far. It's about 19,350 uh, feet or something. So we have done that. And what we did was we raised money while doing that trek and donated about $20,000 to Miracle Foundation. Now, this foundation takes care of orphaned children through the sisters of, I'm sorry, the Franciscan sisters. Why I keep going back to institutions run by sisters or brothers is because of the governance part, and we will come back to that later. Um, I have no problem giving it to institutions run by missionaries, because I know very well where the money is going. And these sisters from the Miracle Foundation, they help orphan children, street children that are usually left to fend for themselves, and educate them and give them a bright future. Now, solar panels is not the only thing that we do. At Persona, we do a lot of blood donation. When we started doing this in 2017, there were about 160 people who turned up from from my organization in Coimbatore to donate blood. And we were very selective. The dean from the government um, hospital in Coimbatore, she came and made it very strict. She had selection norms, and we donated about 66 units of blood at that time. But we've been sustainable there as well. We keep giving every 6 months. So in the past 6 months, although we are in a pandemic situation, people were afraid to come outside. There was a lot of need for blood. People undergoing surgeries, and because of COVID, there was a fear that if you go to donate blood, you might contract an infection or contract the virus, things like that. Personiv kept giving back through the Rotaract Club, and so far, I think we have given about 50 to 60 units of blood in total in the past 6 months. Um, there are about 391 employees from Persona that have um, signed a testament saying once they die, their eyes can be donated. And this is recorded with Arundai Hospital. I'm working with another foundation to have organ donation testaments signed as well. See, all of this is coming from the employees. Datri is a stem cell donor registry. When somebody gets cancer, especially kids, you can actually treat them using stem cell therapy. And finding a match to get stem cell. Stem cell is what you get from the bone marrow, and those are cells that can rejuvenate your immune system and fight cancer better. So there are children that suffer from thalassemia, and there are about 300 volunteers who've signed up from Personiv, and they are ready to become donors. Stem cell donation is a big thing because it is painful, but imagine the life of the child who's about to die, and then you give new life to the child, by donating your stem cells. So these are all the projects, or maybe some of the projects. In fact, 2 or 3 years back, I had grown my hair to about 15 inches long, and donated about 14 inches of my hair to a child that was affected by thalassemia and lost her hair. So we made a wig out of the hair that I donated and gave it to her. There were about 55 other girls from my office that donated hair during that drive, and I'm so happy that they came forward. Hair is a very important asset for any woman, I understand. I take the trouble of growing it and then donating it. They had to overcome resistance from their families, and then they donated 14 to 15 inches of hair. So these are some of the projects that Personiv keeps doing.